We now welcome the number 3 ranked UFC lightweight contender in the world, Tony Ferguson. Mr. Ferguson, thank you for the time today, sir.
Hey, thank you very much for having me, man. It's awesome. It's Wednesday.
We will take the first set of questions from Gabriel Gonzalez with Cape Side Press.
Hey Tony, how are you?
Good. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you. Tony, I once asked you what moments from your career made you stronger, and you told me it was your loss to Michael Johnson. Is it the same feeling getting back to action after the loss to Justin?
Say that question one more time.
I once asked you what moment from your career made you stronger. You said it was your loss to Michael Johnson. Is it the same feeling now coming back after the fight with Justin?
No, getting visits from the randomest people saying you better do your shit. Like from companies and stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? When you overspoke your boundaries and shit like that, and then people would come up to you and then make it known that they're there. When that happened, I won't drop names. I took advantage of everything, and I basically said that for the last 8 years, I just paid attention and just kept my mouth shut and just let everybody just go on their way. Just kind of judge me and just paint me in the picture the way that they did. From Top Golf all the way through on different things, from threats to my family, self, never stopped me. An integral kind of way that I approach everything, I don't give two fucks. Got to the point where my effort and my consistency with my company, I've shown from the way I bleed to the way I go out and represent myself and how I come. I've made so much noise that even the president's paying. I've gotten targeted from people, paradigm all the way through to everything, and I've gotten word from people that have supported others and saying, like, yes, you were targeted. Nobody spoke up. You know what that does to a guy? Got a whole bunch of bullshit that my life has made me who I am today. Where I am in my life right now, gotten to the point where I feel completely naked. I've opened my doors, I've opened my windows, and I've allowed myself to be open to the world. That way people can see. Everybody's going to paint me in that picture of how they always wanted to do. But for those 8 years, it was a facade. I was to see who was really connected. For the people that have my back to see overview. This is where we're at today. I have UFC 256. I'm the co-main event. Nobody spoke up for me to get a title fight with 12-fight win streak. Years in the making. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? Step on somebody's toes? Did I speak up for myself? I was so bad, right? And this is funny to me. This is funny to my family. I come from a background too where humility been instilled into me. Grew up around my pops, around people with autism, Down syndrome, and guys that thought they were fucking 12 years old that were really. Grew up around that. I've always situated myself around people that were always were hurting. I don't know why I do it, but it happens naturally. The hoopla and the media and everything and all. Never have I said it once. The media wants to run with stupid shit and they want to say, but you know what? I'm represent my country. Doesn't even have a name. I felt the same lot. Fucking Motley Crue, but make it work. Done as I've earned my way to victory now. Sean Shelby saying, the person that comes through your academy and that works and trains with you can give him a shot in the UFC. Thick and thin through everything I've ever been with my company. Something to show about. Especially during COVID times when people stayed. It happened with And man, love and the love that I have for the sport and the passion that buddy expect you to or not. But there's still juice left. Coming this weekend, UFC 256. You guys are gonna see not a new me. Metaphors and similes. Go out there and just represent. Gotten rid of all the toxicity, negative energy that bestow it on me. Integrity and God, my witness. We'll go out there and I'll.
Tony, I would understand, certainly the business side of things. We've heard of guys just struggling with it and their own issues with it. I would like to say, though, when you were added to this card on short notice, a lot of people got excited about it. They got excited to see you, and you bring in the people because they're ready to see El Kukui. So my question is, this is still a big fight. You know that business side of things, the big names in the future, all of that is going to be part of the equation. How much is this about finally fighting those guys, but then how much of it is just doing business your own way?
Not about doing business, man. It's a family. Family sticks together. Sure, you'll argue with family and you do your thing, man. And sometimes you might not like them, but you love them. Grew up in this company. I tried out 3 times for this. I made it at 185 pounds, and they told me it was too skinny. I just hear from my buddy. Made it all the way to the 3rd round. Second one, I had a shitty turnaround. I went to DC. I used my fight winnings, right, to try out for the 155-pound division. Used all my money, and the plane left without me. We got there too late, so I drove from DC to Charleston with no battery in my phone when people pointed me in the fucking direction. I rented a car I barely had any money for. I get there around like 6 o'clock, 6:30 in the morning. Tryouts are at 7:30. The shittiest turnaround. The guy said, he's like, you know what? Hey, if you get tapped, just keep on rolling, blah, blah, blah. Put it in my head, planted the fucking seed. Went out there and I looked like shit. Went to the bar and I fucking started drinking. Shittiest fucking moment, man. I said, all my fucking felt like it. I was like, why am I doing this? Go for the 3rd tryout, right? I was like, you know what? I would break my hand. No insurance. Nobody understands how fucking tough it is to make it in this industry. That 3rd time that I tried out, I said to myself, and Chuck Liddell was one of my guys, one of my Troy Brown, one of my guys that really heart managed me, Mark Parra over at House of Champions. They basically told me, and they said, you know what, Tony? Reassured me that I could do it. I went out there and I took it like it was a job, like how I am right now, being by you guys. Did a 1-page, put all my accolades on it, and I didn't make it so it was always. And I did copies of my all-state papers, my all-American papers, and my certificates of merit. Over like just whatever it was, I could put it in there and be like, here. And then Troy ended up making me a DVD. Put some song on it, and it was Eminem. It was I'm Not Afraid. Be Not Afraid. Went out there and I did that, and I told him, you have to take me. This is everything that I have worked for. You have to take me. I put it on the fucking table after I went through the trials. The 1st round I went flying colors. The 2nd round I did it too. As soon as I started hitting the pads, everybody went the same way that happens when I earned this shit. I went out there and I tried it, and the producer was cool. Fucking, I just remember from that point on that my life changed. I got to that third session when they said, this is the last part through your interview process. If you make it through this, I'm walking around. I'm pacing in a room like this that we're in, and I'm walking back and forth. And I can't believe that I'm in here, that I made it this far. And I have this pamphlet with me, thing that I put my deck together, that I put together. The UFC didn't have to do it because a company wants a full, complete package. They don't want something that's half-assed. That point in that time, I fucking put my stuff down, that DVD, and I said, you have to take me. Fucking went through the paper with them. I put accolade after point, reference after reference. My references go far beyond what you. Dang, even Gable is one of the guys that is one of my mentors that I work with. I'm getting grandfathered in within the wrestling community. At wrestling match, and Adam Dummy, all these different things. It's an incredible thing because I've never all the stuff that I went through. But I gave a complete. Everybody always wants things done for them. They're not willing to put in that extra work. When I saw the opportunity arise from the pandemic to make weight when nobody was making weight at ESPN and nothing was going on in sports, I took it upon myself to make that weight because there was nothing going on. I thought, you know what, for one instance, people could fucking actually pay attention and look at something, not jock my style. For the one time in my life, nobody could have ever fucking copied me. Thankful I did it. Up from 181 pounds to championship weight. I purposely ate on that Sunday night. Ate chips and chips and chips and got myself to 181. I cut all the way to 150 4 days without it. Barely making it. Almost seeing God and almost fucking dying. You guys have no idea. Nobody would have ever known. Nobody would have ever known, except for the people that were around me.
Well, I understand, Tony, and I appreciate your time. Thank you.
We will take the next set of questions from Mojang Wu with Hupu Sport. Mojang, please go ahead. Okay, we will move on. We will take our next set of questions from Danny Segura.
Hey Tony, we heard that previously the UFC was trying to book you with Michael Chandler, and Chandler seemed to be interested in the fight. You didn't want to fight him. You accepted the fight with Oliveira, though. Can you?
Whoa, motherfucker! Check this out.
Mm-hmm.
UFC said that Chandler had a fight, and then Chandler said that he didn't have a fight. Somewhere along the line, somebody was fucking lying. I'm sitting here telling you, get your fucking facts straight.
That's why I'm asking.
No, that's why you're not asking. You're asking the wrong question. You're asking other people. Oliveira is the only game opponent that wanted to fight. Doesn't want to fight. Poirier doesn't want to fight. McNuggets ran and Tiramisu's gone. Got these assholes that were gonna fucking like put this guy's over top of me and want to move me back down to number 5. It happened before. I hate to say it, but matchmaking is like a logarithm. Found it, called it. Been with the company for 10 years.
Yeah. And prior to the Gaethje defeat, obviously you were in a historic run, one of the best runs we've seen at lightweight. Do you think a win here over Oliveira puts you immediately back in title contention, and maybe you're up next?
And that title's a wet dream. Like that farmer's insurance commercial. Oh, you almost got it. Keep it going. We're just gonna keep dangling in front of you. We're gonna keep trailing along. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know if it's because I'm Mexican. I'm American with Mexican parts. 12-fight win streak. 8 years in the making before women's sports were even in. Honor was on welfare. Henry Cejudo in the fucking youth. Like, all these different things, and I still didn't earn a title shot. But I'm still sitting here saying, fuck the free world. Just like Eminem, right? Most naked I've ever been my whole entire life. Still here, man, and I'm still waiting. I got the belt in my room. Go after another belt, but how much greed is that? I got an Ultimate Fighter trophy. I got a Fighter's Award only trophy. Got a UFC belt. I got medals, and I'm Lord of the Rings with all my championship rings. How much greed can you want? Like, you want to be like Khabib and hold on to it? You're just being an asshole. To me.
Yeah.
Other fighters that deserve it. Got Chandler that's coming in and butting the way, but look at now he's cutting. Check this out. It's almost like you're gonna go get tested for COVID, right? Like, go ahead, go get tested first, Chandler. Let all these other people, like watch you and like take notes and everything.
Yeah.
Poirier, you got guys like Poirier, right? I'm trying to help him get a fight with myself, so that way the fans, my supporters, go and buy the fight, not illegally stream it, because anytime I fight, they buy it. What else they're doing on the other people's? But they know I work my ass off, and they're like, Tony, hopefully you're getting pay-per-view points. What points?
Yeah, no doubt you're one of the greatest lightweights to compete in the UFC ever. Obviously, you have the accolades, interim champion, tough, the win streak, obviously. Do you feel like maybe you won't see another UFC title fight come your way? Is that how you feel?
I don't give a fuck. Dana's one of my biggest mentors, and I love Dana. But bro, I'm the one that kind of tells him and tells Shelby and fucking, hey, you guys are doing amazing. Shit up. These guys get a pat on the back for the stuff that they do. Instead of being criticized or people knocking and being like, yo, we're going to have fights over at the Tachi Palace fights and then trying to figure out other shit. That's some bullshit. Guys are working their ass off trying to help us fighters, trying to help us pay our bills and help because they understand. You have all these other people out in the world that have an opinion that don't fucking matter, bro. Asking dumbass questions. Ask the right questions, you're gonna get the right answers.
All right, Tony. Well, I appreciate the time. Looking forward to your fight on Saturday night. I'm sure it's going to be a banger. So thank you so much, and best of luck on Saturday night.
Sure.
We will take the next set of questions from Carlos Contreras with Milenio Diario.
Hi, Tony. I saw you were talking to Brandon on the embedded and trained like for a couple of minutes together. In these times where the UFC has champions from all over the world, how does it feel to be part of this pay-per-view where two Mexicans, one Mexican American, one Mexican, are headlining a pay-per-view?
Es muy importante para yo, para mi gente y para mi raza también, y para mi gente en los Estados Unidos también. Very important for myself and for my Mexican heritage and for American heritage. I can go on and talk about culture and everything, but I'm gonna be real. I go out there and I fight for myself now. I used to spread myself so thin, trying to make everybody happy. Get me anywhere. For 8 years, I told you I paid attention and just let people just paint me. 7 years actually. 7. Let people just paint me the way that they thought and make a meme out of myself and make fun of me or call me cringe. All of a sudden became genius. Now everybody's wearing sunglasses. Nobody was wearing suits in this sport before I started coming in here, even before GSP. Now, Stitch Duran even told me, he was like, you're the best sharpneck fighter I've ever fought. I'm going to call you the GQ killer. That was House. Sunglasses, suits, the term casuals and hardcore. I can go on and on for days, but the point of the matter is I'm not here for me and my close circle, which is my family, my faith, my family, my friends. The UFC, right? I'm the CSO of the UFC. CSO means Chief Security Officer. It happens. If you need something done, count on me. Reliable. Go out there and I make it happen. Name another motherfucker that's out there that's in the top 5 that does that shit. Top 15 or top 30. You got to go lower in the bracket to have fighters that are like that are barely making it, to have that attitude. For all these top 15, top 10, top 5 guys, they float around too much. Where I was floating. My mom always tells me, she's like, you know what, we're going to tie you back down because you're not cool. Enjoy the process. And is hungry. Body has changed. Standing myself, I've recovered faster than fucking help people in their.
I know what you said about your close circle is the ones are that living the struggle with you of these training camps and cutting weight and everything. But at the end, I think everyone's gonna look at Tony Ferguson like really close to this Mexican American champion like Henry Cejudo, like Tito Ortiz, like Cain Velasquez. Where would you rank yourself at this point among these Mexican American champions that the UFC already had?
Not on their level. Not on anybody's level. Or try to compare myself to anybody that's like me. Or that's the same color. Say I'm better than them. Because I come from a certain area where somebody's on the ground, you pick them up and you dust them off and send them on their way. Tell them it's going to be okay for another day. Hope. Because without that, what the fuck do we have? Bro, I am Mexican. I'm American. More along the line, it got stupid because the family wasn't from Mexico. I wasn't accepted. Then I wasn't accepted as American. What the fuck is that? You gonna tell me I'm in limbo here? Nah, bitches. Everybody else is in. And unplugged from the matrix. Everybody else is in limbo.
Tony, thank you very much, and hope we see a great fight again from you on Saturday.
Thank you so much, Tony. That is all the time we had for you, sir. We appreciate it.
Excellent.